Hey guys, Jonathan Garay here with the Empower Network. Apologize for being a little disheveled. I just came back from the gym. I'm going to take a shower in a minute, but I wanted to knock out this video real quick. Today I wanted to talk about transitioning your dog food because I know it's kind of an unknown subject for a lot of people. I know I didn't know when I first got a dog because I just figured, hey, they're dogs, you feed them what you feed them and then they're alright. And that's not actually the case because what happens is, if you think about it like this, let's say you have been vegan for like, I don't know, 5, 10 years. You haven't had a piece of meat. You haven't had any cheese or anything non-vegan in like 5 or 10 years. What would it do to your system if you had a steak? Right? Okay. So that's basically what happens to dogs, but it just doesn't take that long for them to become that sensitive or that reset, or well, what is the word I'm looking for? I guess just for them to have some kind of digestive upset from transitioning. It doesn't have to be in their system for such a long time. And I mean, most of the time though, people do feed their dog the same thing for a really long time. Anyway, so basically what happens is there's a certain amount of bacteria and enzymes and things that digest food, and when you transition their food, it creates an imbalance in the enzymes, and then you end up having a situation where your dog isn't digesting things properly, and it ends up purging what they had before, and then you just get either diarrhea or just vomiting, excess gas. It's just kind of a big mess. So what you want to do, traditionally speaking, would be to transition their food. So if you had, like, you've been feeding pedigree, I hope you're not feeding pedigree, but if you've been feeding pedigree for like 5 years and you want to transition to something like California Natural, or even better, like Origin, which is, a much higher quality food because of the grain free and the quality of the meat, and there's no byproducts and all those things, you would have to slowly work your dog into this. So um, probably the best way to explain this is you'd want to give them, let's say your dog's eating like 2 cups of food a day. You're going to want to give them like 1 3/4 of a cup of the old food, which is the pedigree, and maybe a quarter cup of the origin. You want to do this for probably at least 10 days and see how they're adjusting to it, because if you just gave it to them straight on, as much meat as there is in origin compared to the pedigree, oh my god, what a mess. So don't do that. And then also, if you're transitioning from like a kibble to a raw food, even though the raw food has loads of digestive enzymes and it does help you adjust and absorb the food, or helps your dog adjust and absorb the food better, because they've never tried it before and it's going to alter the pH levels in their system, and that it is raw, oftentimes they do throw up. So you want to transition that in slowly too. It usually doesn't take 10 to 14 days like it would from something like pedigree or origin. I'm not sure if you can hear outside, but if you can, they're like taking care of the front lawn and stuff. So I apologize for the noise. I hope I'm talking loud enough so you can't hear that. Anyways, so if you want to transition into a raw food, your dog may throw up in the beginning, but it's okay. I promise you, they'll survive, and it'll be definitely the better way to go for them to absorb more nutrition, shed less, poop less, and just have an overall better digestive system and less likely to develop allergies to any one thing. That, and there's just way more options in the raw food section of your pet store, because there's no limits. So you can get like ostrich, you can get buffalo, you can get kangaroo, you can get whatever you want. So that's why I like raw food, for options and digestion, obviously, and I've talked about that in many of my blog posts. And if you actually go on the link below, you can check out older blog posts about raw food, as well as the blog post about transitioning dog food. So like this video if you got some good info, and thanks for the views, and check out that blog post. You won't be sorry. Alright, bye.